But now it's time for Sami. Sami works as a senior analyst at Fonecta Enterprise Solutions, and he's going to present us a case.
Case, yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'm. Should I finish suomeksi? Koska
As you please. If you can do it in English, that would be probably fine for everyone.
The slides are in Finnish, but it's no problem going in English. Yeah. Okay. So I'm here to talk about case Vallillan Takomo, and this is interesting day to hear very different kind of company stories. There's Veikkaus having a lot of traffic, a lot of customers, also Sanoma, and then there's companies like Vallillan Takomo, which is a small company having a niche industry and different challenges doing a data-driven design and using the data. So I'm, as said, I'm working as a senior analyst in Fonecta, and I really think that data is the big thing, and you should really emphasize that when building the whole business. So not only like UX design or service design, but also fundamentally the whole business should be like data-driven, based on facts. So about the case, Vallillan Takomo, it's a old company, 70-year-old, doing springs. So to cars like trucks or vans or something like that. So it's definitely a niche business. Doesn't have that much customer, so it raises a challenge when doing a data-driven business design. So for example, these kind of website visits, there are not that many, so it's problematic to do, let's say, good testing for different options because there's not that many visits. But basically, when we started working with them early this year, we thought about, okay, what we can do, what we know actually, where can we start? And the foundation was knowing the customer. And I think that that's very important thing when designing anything, designing your business activities, or designing content for your customers, or doing a UX design. So we went looking. This is one segment of their customers. So we went through who are actually owning these caravan cars. Who are owning those? We got information from Trafi, and then we compared that to VRK, so meaning public register statistics. We found a lot of information, and we got like age, sex, where they're living. Then we combined that to an analysis of buying behavior, and we got a lot of information. But that information is not usable if we don't come up with a target audience or target group. So again, here it's not about the data, it's about the information, what the data holds. So in this case, we come up with that the owners are basically older people. They don't have any more small kids. They have a lot of free time. They are living mostly in Pohjanmaa, or that was the high peak in the ownership. So with this target group, we were actually able to start targeting the correct people, looking where they are and speak to them in a correct way, in a correct place. And that then enabled us to work based on fact, based on known data. And from here, we use this target information, for example, as said, creating a good content, and also choosing, for example, in display advertisement, choosing the medias which were the ads were played. And what was the actual outcome? The outcome what we have done this year is from, if we're looking the website visits, there's a clear raise. There's a big raise on visit numbers. So a lot of people, we gathered a lot of people on the website, more than before. But actually that, as talked earlier today also, that doesn't count. There's no true value if you get more visitors to your website. You have to actually convert that to a business. But as we can see here, the business has also gone up. And a bit about, I take back from what was our initial goal when starting working with Vallillan Takomo. For this year, the goal was to do a same turnover, so no growth was aimed. So same turnover as last year, but get a more marketing awareness. So lift the brand, find new customers, but not expecting much more sales this year. The sales target was for 2016, but actually we were able to get that turnover up. And also our orders went up 10%. And at the moment it's a good pace in business. There was a new web store opened in May, which is also, after that the numbers are even looking better, but it's a short time, but it looks good. More Facebook likes, so it's a brand awareness is going forward. But this is not actually all. So numbers are looking good, but the business model hasn't changed at the customer as they are hoping. So they invested a lot of money for new web store, but that hasn't yet converted sales. So we have people coming to the website. They are actually viewing the correct stuff. So we have studied what they're doing on the website. They are going on the product pages, but still all the orders are coming through phones. Not all, but a big portion of the sales is coming through phone calls, not through the web store. And that's big part of our next steps. So next step, we have a clear focus on how to actually convert the people online, because the company wants to scale up, wants to do different kind of businesses, also sell the parts itself, but also installation work. But we want to get the sales online, not through phones. So that's our big goal here, to study more what's happening on the website. We have already started the studying. We have collected information during the summertime. But this is, as said and referred, that information doesn't collect that fast than in Veikkaus, for example. So we need to wait for a while to get enough information about the usage. There's not that many conversions daily. So we need to really wait information. But still, we have already something there. We have studied the front page. The front page, we know quite well what is happening there. There's enough visits for that. So there we are doing already. We have ideas for the UX design, how we're actually user interface, with user interface design actually helping them to go to the content that they're actually looking. And then on the buying end, we need to find a good ways why they are actually looking the product but not buying. So in the end of the funnel, there is something missing, but we're studying that. At the same time, we're also trying to collect more information about the visitors. We're about to put up an online chat there to collect information. We are also looking more into the data and doing some more small configurations on the website to actually get more information on the usage. And then we have another challenge, of course, there. I showed you the profiling example. It was from the consumer side. But they're also doing B2B, so there we have a next step also to start analyzing the B2B side. What are the customers and what's the potential of each customer group for the business. So basically, here we are. So these are the steps that we're about to take there, and how to take the business forward based on facts, based on data, and not just like for the experience, because that has been the model of their working. They have a small niche business. They know it well. They have worked long time in the same industry. But with this information, we are trying to bring their new growth, new type of customers, new ways to operate the business. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Sami. So, do we have any questions for Sami from the audience? No one's very eager to hear the voice. I'll ask you something. My question is about, you did this kind of initial analysis of who is the target audience. By that time, did you already kind of come up with any ideas or insights about how you should start changing the product? I mean, now you clearly have the apparently doing changes to the website as well. I understood you hadn't implemented them before. You've only done things in marketing, or was that correct?
The website implementation. Yeah. Basically, we haven't. There's a third party who has implemented the web store. So basically, we haven't been involved in the web store creation. So we are now actually joining there to analyze the usage of the web store.
Yeah, okay. Actually, my question was that did the web stores change during this project this far, or is it just going to change?
No, it hasn't changed. Because it was launched in the end of May. So as a small company, during the summertime, nothing really big happens. So actually, we're just measuring now, and we have given the initial suggestions how to start changing it. So we're at that moment now that we have first changes coming, and we're expecting results of it and see which direction it goes.
Okay. Can you give us any examples of what sort of changes are upcoming? What do you expect?
Basically, the first ones are quite small ones. There is we did a heat mapping on the front page, similar as seen today. There were let's say big images, which are they were on the front page picture. There was 3 words. And each word were clicked separately, and actually they all lead to the same content. And this is clearly an issue that people are looking that specific word content, and not, and then they are not served with that content, and that's giving a mixed experience in that way. So, for example, that is one. We are splitting that to 3 parts. So it's a small practical example of.
Okay, good. I think this kind of gives a very good idea about how the kind of different sort of stages or maturity in data-driven design, and how different projects and kind of companies can grow and kind of move forward to be kind of improve their working styles. Okay, thanks, Sami.
Yeah.